Hey everybody, welcome to our YouTube channel. My name is Glenn Tompkins, Senior Instructor here, and this is going to be a very interesting video. I'm on this kick right now with EVs, and I did a video on the charging infrastructure being built up. I did a video on the difference in the maintenance between electric vehicles and combustion vehicles. And now I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to try to show some of the best plays for EVs at this time in regards to not only just the cars, but a couple of the outside things that happen in the EV world. So if you're interested in what I've come up with, you sit right there. Hey everybody, Glenn Tompkins, Senior Instructor here on our VectorVest YouTube channel. Always love bringing these videos to your attention. So we're going to talk about EVs today and some of the best buys for you to take advantage of in this space. Before we get started, if you're brand new to the channel, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so that you'll be alerted to when new ideas or new videos or new live streams happen on the spot. And if you like the content, by all means, please hit the like button. And you know something, I really want you guys to share this video with people in your social circles. So why am I on this kick for EVs? I still think that the conversations are being had in regards to maybe buying into EVs. And maybe a lot of people are telling me that maybe as a second car. Regardless, as a vehicle, as a means to get off of fossil fuels. So there's a blowback from that. Where do we get the electric energy from? From dirty fuel. Coal. Well, it is. But we also get some from solar and from wind. Those, getting the majority of our power from those is going to probably take a long time to happen. So right now, the majority of the electric energy when it comes to charging up your vehicle still comes from coal production or coal energy. I totally understand that. And we also talked about, from an EV perspective, the replacement of a battery, a lithium battery, is a lot of money. I just did a video showing that not a lot of people are exchanging their batteries as of right now because the batteries are warranted for 100,000 miles or 10 years. So we haven't gotten to the point where people have to replace the batteries. But as long as if your battery gets all jacked up during your warranty time, you can get it replaced for free. So those are just some of the background things going on with EVs. But I still think that it's got a place in our society. And will they overcome combustion engines at some point in time? I doubt it. I really do. But the vehicles that are being produced now or going to be mass produced will definitely bring the cost of EVs down considerably. Well, that's just how it works, right? Remember when Ford created the production line? The cost of cars came down. I think the same thing is going to happen with EVs as these companies are starting to build gigafactories all over the place. So that's all of that is my thinking on these things. And again, you're going to put in your comments and let me know what you think. So I'm going to start off with an article out that I found. And I made some slides. Strong EV buys. Let's go put this back into here. Yeah, strong EV buys. This came out of an article, and there's 3 stocks that they gave. The 3 stocks start off with NIO. First up is NIO, a leader in the Chinese EV sector. And I thought that NIO was going to be the company that was going to effectively be the Tesla in China. I'm not sure that that's the case right now. It hits the news, it makes some money, but you know something, overall, in my opinion, NIO is still not making money. And as long as it's not making money, understanding that earnings is the engine that drives the stock's price higher, it ain't there yet. All right, and what's the fuel in the engine? Sales. Are they selling enough cars to fuel the engine of earnings to make the stock more appealing to investors to buy? A lot of people buy on the news, whatever news is going on out there, and NIO does that. It goes up and it goes down and it goes up. And I keep hearing, why is NIO going down? Well, I still think for the most part, it's not making money. But let's look at this. Even after its stock has fallen 33% this year, NIO still commands a market cap of $100 billion. That's a lot, right? So it's a big company. But even with it, just because it's a big company, does it make money? NIO was founded in 2014 and began its vehicle deliveries with 7-seater, that's a big vehicle, ES8 model during the mid-2018. Over the next 3.5 years, the company followed up with 5 additional models. Aha! So they've got the cars. Are they selling them? The latest of these is the smart electric sedan, the ET5, launched in 2021, has yet to commence deliveries, okay? The company is benefiting from the Chinese government policy of actively promoting electric vehicles and increased its total deliveries last year by 109% year over year to reach an impressive 91,000 cars, all right? NIO has released delivery figures for the first 2 months of 2022, showing a total of 15,783 cars for January and February. This puts the company on track to exceed its 2021 figure by 3.5%. While the past deliveries may be slowing, it's important to note that there's both that in both 2020 and 2021, NIO boasted sequential increases in deliveries every quarter. All right, so keeping all of that in mind, let's go to the next company in this article, GP, Green Power Motor. Green Power Motor is an American EV company and one with a very different niche than NIO above. Where the Chinese company focuses on consumer market, Green Power is working on the commercial vehicles. So I like that idea that you've got one that works for people and one that works for businesses. Well, people, that's a lack of a better word. All right. Light trucks suited for urban last-mile niches and other short-range transport and delivery tasks. That's another thing about EVs. EVs are really graded on not only the price, but it's how long the distance they can travel. What's the distance they can travel? For the most part, I think on average is about 300 miles. I like something like the Lucid, which is 500 miles. The Tesla is sitting about 400 and some odd miles unless you upgrade way high, which you're going to pay a lot of money. Green Power's most popular vehicles are its line of EV Star light trucks and vans, all based on a single chassis, and its beast all-electric school buses. Imagine going to school speeding in an electric school bus. Ooh-wee. In the most recent reported quarter, fiscal year 2022, ending December 31st, the company reported deliveries of 15 EV Star line vehicles and 8 beasts. The customers included 2 school districts in California and Vancouver International Airport, among others. Also during the third quarter, Green Power reported total revenues exceeding $5.3 million. All right. Now that's up more than 121% year over year. The company's gross profits rose from 21% to 27%. In another important metric, Green Power reported having $28.6 million worth of inventory at the end of December. This number included 10.7 million finished vehicles as well as 17.9 million in work in progress and production supplies. So it's great that they have all this inventory. Are they selling the vehicles? All right. So let's go to the third car or the third stock in this article, ENVX. Now let's change our focus to turn to a high-tech battery company. Aha, that's important, right? Being able to have the batteries to support these cars. EVs present a unique set of challenges for battery makers. While all cars need a battery, the demands that EVs make require a battery with far higher power and charging capacity than traditional automotive batteries. After all, it will have to store the energy to run the vehicle independently. That's where Enovix makes its entry. It's a battery company pioneering smaller, lighter weight batteries based on silicon anode technology, 3D architecture, and anti-swelling constraint built into the design. All of this adds up to a battery cell that offers advantages in weight, which is important, safety, and energy density. Enovix's battery technology is under development for a wide range of applications, including wearable technology, portable computers and tablets, and at a larger end scale, electric vehicles. Key word there, under development. All right, so now those are the 3 stocks that came out of this article. I'm going to go into the VectorVest Soft now. software now. And let's go look at those three stocks: GP, NEO, and ENVX. Now, something I want you to pay attention to when looking at these stocks. I've got them into a VectorVest watch list. At the bottom of the watch list, I get an average of all of the major indicators that we look at for analyzing stocks. Relative value, the stock's upside potential on all three stocks, below the value of 1. These stocks don't have good upside potential. Relative safety looks at the consistency and predictability of a company's financial performance, below the value of 1. Now, keep in mind, these indicators are cast on a scale between 0 and 2. So the safety is not there, and these stocks are not currently going up in price. Look at the earnings per share, negative. As an overall, these companies are not making money yet. Now, they are growing their earnings at a clip of 13% a year, but they've, if I'm going to look at this space, I want to find companies that have good upside potential and are making money. All right, let's go take a look at these graphs real quick. We'll right click, view the stock graph, bring this up to a 3-month graph. And here we go. Here's Green Power. I like the bounce coming off a level of support sitting at $5.09, pulling back right now. RT is above 1, but pulling back. And this is what hurts me the most. Look at the earnings per share over the last 3 months is definitely falling. I need to be in a company that is growing their earnings. Now, I also do like that the stock went from a sell to a hold, but with the recent pullback in the stock, the 3 still above the 8, looks like they're going to curve down. We'll keep your eyes on that. All right. Next stock in the list was NEO. Man, as much as NEO is in the news, look at the earnings per share. They're down, losing about 11 cents per share and getting worse. So I know that this stock is in the news, and people always ask me, hey, what do you think about NEO? The company is losing money, and right now losing more money. RT is below the value of 1. Stock's not in an uptrend. 3 and 8 are about to cross negative. So again, I'm not feeling that stock, but it does have a level of support sitting about $18.89. And the last stock in this article was ENVX. Man, look at that big fall off in earnings. Look at that big fall off in earnings right there. And earnings per share is a negative $1.15. They do grow. They grow it at a negative clip of 10% a year. So these 3 companies are set up in that article for stocks that are strong buys. I, by way of analysis with the VectorVest software, don't feel the same way. All right. So now let me give you, by way of some of my analysis that I've done in the software, to give you some buys to really take a look at. So here it is, best buys, EVs, VV. All right. Starting with Stellantis. Let's go do this. Here's the articles on my stocks. All right. Adient shares gap up $38, up to $38.23. That happened on Tuesday. Normally when that happens, that's news driven, but we'll take a look at the stock overall. My next one, Vicinity Motors, Energy. Hopefully you're watching this. Vicinity Motors reports fourth quarter earnings, fourth quarter and full year 2021 financial guidance. Look at this. Secured a backlog exceeding 100 million in Canadian dollars intended for delivery in 2022, including orders for over 250 EV trucks, not only cars, but trucks. All right, signed a 10-year leasing agreement to serve as the exclusive North American and European distributor for Optimal EV, a developer and manufacturer in the low-floor electric shuttle bus and electric delivery trucks. All right, announced a strategic collaboration with EVX, a business unit in North America commercial automotive leader, JB Poindexter, to sell Vicinity's proprietary electrical chassis for upfitting into next generation municipal delivery vehicles, just like one of the other stocks that were in the article, right? All right, so those are some of the things. Delivered 131 Vicinity buses in 2021 as compared to 55 in 20. So they're growing their business. Delivered 12 Vicinity buses in the fourth quarter of 2021, 8 of which were sold from the company's lease pool and excluded from revenue as compared to 6 the previous year. All right, so another story about Vicinity. They are growing, they're making money. The closing of a 12 million registered direct offering. What are they going to use the money? They will use the money to complete the company's manufacturing facility in Ferndale, Washington. These companies are building factories to ramp up so that they can mass produce these vehicles. And if doing that, they can lower the prices of these electric vehicles. So then, now let's go to another company, Stellantis. LG Energy Solutions will invest Canadian $5 billion in a joint venture for a first large-scale lithium-ion battery production plant in Canada. That's big. Why? Because the lithium batteries are the heart and soul of an electric vehicle. So now going after a battery production plant, that's going to be huge to be able to provide the batteries for these vehicles. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm probably going to do a follow-up video. Someone asked me in Trending Thursday today, what do you do with the dead batteries? So I'm going to look into that, and I'm probably going to do a video on that real soon. Keep your eyes open for that. And then another company, Ford Motor stock is heading to $20 and soon. This was just done a couple of days ago. The legacy turning electric vehicle maker has declined about 35% since January 13th, with the stock hit a high of $25.86. Executive Chair Bill Ford used the pullback to add to his position. I like that. That's insider buying. Insider buying. A lot of people, when the stock goes down, they start to say, forget this, and they start to sell off. I like that. They have the faith in the company to buy the stocks. On March 24th, the great-grandson of Ford founder Henry Ford paid just shy of $4.5 million to purchase an extra 267,000 shares at a price of $16.81. Bill Ford now owns 15.72 million shares across 5 accounts held in a trust for himself, his spouse, and children. That is a positive sign for me. All right, so now let's get back. Here's my stocks. Stellantis, I'm going to always put in an ETF every time I can. Here's an ETF to play the whole field. Adient, Ford Motors, and VEV. So now let's go look at the bottom. I like that the relative value on these stocks is above the value of one. These stocks as a whole should outperform the market by 24% over the next 1 to 3 years. Now, the safety is not there. So these are considered to be more aggressive stocks, whereas the other list of stocks is considered to be more speculative stocks. I'd rather have you in a stock that's got good upside potential. Look at the earnings. All of these stocks have positive earnings, and with the exception of the ETF, all grow their earnings double digits. So these companies have good upside potential and growing their earnings. Those are the two things that I like about looking at these stocks as possible best buys. Now, 3 out of the 5 are sell recommendations. That's fine. You time when you want to get into these trades, they do have good upside, they have good earnings, and they're growing their earnings. Let's double click. Actually, let's just right click and view the stock graph. Let's look at these on a 3-month graph. Here's Stellantis. I like the bump up in the earnings per share. Look at that, and steadily growing. Now, the stock is moving sideways. That's okay, but I like the upside of relative value being at 1.42 and rising earnings right now. Cars, which is the ETF, moving up. This is a good spot to play the whole space. So when you look at cars like Lucid and Rivian and Neo and all of those other cars that are incorporated in this space, this is a good spot to play all of those cars. Pulling back right now, I would wait until it takes out that most recent high. Let's go here. Adient, look at that earnings per share. Again, I'd rather have you in companies where the engine that drives the stock's price higher as earnings is rising. That's what I want. I do like that the stock's price is showing me higher lows, even though it's pulling back right now. I do like the higher lows. The upside potential is there as well. Let's go look at Ford. Look at that earnings per share. Bump up, and the relative value is at 1.4. Right now, it's moving a little sideways, but my idea is to give you some best buys in this space right now. Just time the trades. Now, VEV, I like the earnings. Stair-step effect. This is beautiful. This is just art right here. Watching the earnings rise, earnings growth at 30%, RV at 1.15. It should outperform the market by about 15% over the next 1 to 3 years. What I'm looking for here is definitely for the 3 and 8 to cross above, for the 3 to cross above the 8. Folks, All I'm trying to do for you is give you good opportunities for good buys in this space. I still think that this space has a lot of room to run, and you're going to give me your feedback. I really want to know your feedback. I've been getting some feedback on some of the videos that I've done in this space, but I think, and let me know in the comments if you would like to see a video about lithium batteries. And if so, let me know. I'm very curious, and that might just be my next video. So hopefully, I hope you like this video. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to hit the comment, put your comments in, and most of all, share this video with people in your social circle. Folks, this video is over. And until the next time, see ya.